Okay, here we are in a noisy street to talk again about the real estate market for the real estate clock. What time is it in our market? It's time for people to get off the fence. The market continues to go the wrong way for sellers, but it is definitely a time for buyers to be entering. People that are upgrading, etc., need to start moving on it because just as it turns out, Mark Ting, he's CBC's personal guide to finance, and he's not usually that pro real estate, but he was saying this week that the prices have probably hit their floor or are close to their floor. And what usually happens here when that happens is they start going up rapidly and people have missed the opportunity to buy real estate on sale. It's definitely on sale right now. Some of the prices have been crazy. I'd actually like to do posts about that, but we're not really allowed to talk about other people's listings. Anyhow, so he was saying, as I've been saying, that for investors, for buyers trying to get into the market, or people trying to move up, it may never get better than this for another 20 or 30 years. What else was he saying? Oh, he also noted something that I've been trying to explain to some of my sellers. So it's not a time to wait. If you're thinking about buying real estate and upgrading, you should be buying. If you're a seller, the one thing he mentioned that I haven't heard him talk about before is that if you are thinking of selling, this does not apply if you don't want to sell, but if you've been wanting to sell your house and you're waiting for the market to recover, it's going to take too long. So the amount of money you're going to lose by sitting through this market while it goes down, stagnates, and then crawls back up is going to be too long to make it worth waiting. So if you're thinking about selling, you can take that asset, sell it now, even though the price will be less than the peak, of course, and put that money in investments and make a lot more money rather than holding your stagnant asset. So that's Mark Ting. So it's not coming from me this time, it's coming from him. Maybe he's been reading my blog posts. Anyhow, he's on CBC. You can go back and take a look at that if you want to see what he said. But getting back to the market. So, as I've been saying every month, the market still heavily favors buyers. It has still been going down in most products every month. Normally this is one of the busiest times of year, spring. I don't know if it's because we had the good summer weather a month ago. People have already gotten into summer mode. But again, usually spring's busy and summer is like a ghost town. But right now, spring has been pretty slow. Having said that, a lot of the hit has been in the condo market. The detached houses, we have seen a little tiny bit of an uptick, less than 1% in activity, but we also have seen some multiple offers. So some sellers have been pricing pretty well, or at least dropping their prices. There was one that sold recently where they dropped their price by $1 million on a $3 million home, and then of course it sold. That's a 30% drop, but they were priced too high to begin with. So, we are seeing that all properties, the sales of properties are down 3.5% from last year, and they're 26.6% still below the 10-year average. So this is what I've been saying for the last several months and even into 2025. Things are going down, not up. Detached home sales were up, like I say, less than 1%, but that's better than nothing. They're up 0.9% last month. The price for detached homes, though, is down almost 7% on average, and a lot more in higher priced homes. So if you got something, when you're getting over the 2 million, 2.5 million and higher, you're seeing a lot more significant drops in price. So again, what does this all boil down to? We're still in a market where the listing ratio is low, so not that many homes are selling, which means that prices are being pushed down. But Mark Ting seems to think that's stabilizing, and just the general feel in the market is that might be stabilizing. So buyers continue to have great opportunities, lots of selection, and some leverage that they don't normally have in our market. Sellers are getting multiple offers sometimes as long as they're pricing aggressively, but pricing a little bit too high. Again, this was in the Real Estate Board's publication for this month. People are not offering lower. So buyers are just waiting like they usually do in our market. They don't offer. So if you're a seller where you're thinking, well, I'm going to list at this price and people will make me an offer, they probably won't. They won't offer until they think you're down to where to go. Anyway, if you'd like more information on the market, on how buyers think, how sellers think, how to price your home, how to make an offer and take advantage of this market, please let me know. Thanks.